All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is time for Game 5. That's right, Game 5 here. It is going on all the way to the last game of the set. I wouldn't have believed it because when I saw the names Vortix and Taeja, I honestly thought Taeja would probably win 3-1, maybe like a 3-0 even. But to actually go to the 5th and final game, and actually, I feel like last game, Vortix kind of threw it away. He had the advantage. He had everything going on his side. He had momentum, and then he decided to do just the most random 6-pull with all of his drones as well. I've never seen anything like that. And the reason why it's not successful is because drones are not very good at fighting. It's actually better just to leave your drones at home to mine and make more Zerglings. That's what most 6-pullers do. Anyways, both of these guys so far have been very feisty. Lots of cheesy play. And that's what makes StarCraft 2 great, man. It's not always about a standard type of game. Sometimes, actually a lot of times in tournaments, it's all about the cheese. You know, you want to flip that coin. It's all about taking a chance, and guess what else? Real men drill deep. That's right. Anyways, guys, it is the day after Halloween, and I thought I'd take this time just to go ahead and ask you guys, how did you guys do on Halloween? Over here where I live, it rained, so Halloween lasted for us for about 30 minutes, and I didn't really do any trick-or-treating because, I don't know, I feel so old when I do it. But I want to know how you guys did. What kind of candy did you guys get? Obviously, the weather, which I'm assuming on the East Coast is still pretty bad. You know, we got some rain as well, so like I said, not the most pleasant, but I'm just kind of curious how you guys are doing. And of course, the holiday seasons are coming, so like I said before, stay safe, stay grounded, do well in school, do your homework. I feel like your dad right now. But yeah, and keep watching StarCraft 2, there it is. Bet your dad would never say that. Anyways, we do have Taeja moving on across the map right now with an SCV. Map, by the way, is Metropolis, and mentioned that. Huge map, absolutely big map, and that's why we do have expansions coming out of both players right now, and no early signs of aggression, in fact. Now, this map, I've only seen one game in the history of Metropolis where the players actually took the islands. These are the 2 islands on the edge of the map, and it is, you know, camped out by a creep and a tumor, so you do have to kill it. But it's an amazing map, has the possibility of going into the late game, and I've only seen one game where that happened. That was actually Squirtle versus MVP in the GSL finals, and we saw a I remember seeing a mothership vortexing a huge group of battlecruisers, so that was just completely insane. But anyways, what kind of game are we gonna see here, man? I'm very interested to see. SCV here, just kind of chilling next to these statues. Those are very pretty statues, by the way. I've never noticed the artwork, but some of these things are great. Oh, it's dark now. Somebody turned off the lights. Oh, that's why the Zerglings are here. So the lights are now shut off. We're going into a budget crisis. No, you know, no money to pay for the electricity, and the Zerglings now going to push the Marines and the SCVs away. It looks like the Marines are trying to kill off this neutral supply depot. You guys might be wondering why players do that. Just to free up space so they can build more stuff around here if they need to. You know, you pay for your real estate, and you want as much real estate as you can get. And so far, pretty relaxed game, actually. For all the high octane aggression we've been seeing so far, this has been a very passive macro style game. And I'm for one, I'm glad, because this is the 5th and final game. And for the 5th and final game, yeah, cheesing is cool, I guess, in StarCraft 2, but you want to see a long, drawn-out macro game, because that's what really tests the skills of the players and pushes them to the limit when they've got to be, you know, multitasking across multiple different facets of the game. Anyways, we do have a 3rd hatchery coming up right now from Vortix. He's got 1, 2, 3 refineries up, or extractors coming as well, so he's starting to gas up around 6 minutes 30 seconds. Pretty standard timing there. We do have Taeja adding on gases, has got a starport coming. So for now, it really is not known what he's going to go for, whether it be mech or bio. All we know at this point is we are going to see a Banshee and some Hellions, and maybe a medevac early on if he wants to drop Hellions into the main base. But we don't know if it's going to be bio or mech because he hasn't added on a 2nd factory or a 2nd barracks yet. We'll find out momentarily. It looks like the Hellions are going to take control of the map here. Lights are back on. And now lights are off. More Hellions coming out across. And, wow, that Marine's just like, he's like crawling back. He's like, guys, don't go down there. There is a lot of Zerg activity. Look at me. I'm almost dead. I'm out of you guys. Peace. And these Hellions are like, we're screwed. Oh, man. What is StarCraft 2 without all the awesome vocalizations? I do miss the Brood War sounds as well. Those are great. Looks like we do have an Overlord coming in here, but he is going into a no-fly zone. But he doesn't care. He's going on, man. He's got to find out what's going on inside the Terran base. And what is going on? It is going to be bio. So we've got additional barracks coming out here. Starport made a Banshee, but then has swapped onto to make a reactor. And that is, of course, to get medevacs out on the field. Overlord will see bio-based play, so now it's going to be up to Vortix as to what strategy he wants to go with. And usually against bio, you'll see Banelings, obviously. We might see Zergling Infestor purely without Baneling support, but it looks like he is going to go at least Baneling and Infestation Pit. And possibly Spire, depending on what he wants to go with. That Banshee is just kind of having her own field day right now. Taking out that hatchery, but Queens are coming out and should be able to deflect this Banshee. But the one thing here on this map is if the Banshee gets pushed away here, it can fly over here. Although it does look like, oh wow, the Banshee died. And I was gonna say it does look like Vortix has additional Queens back at home as well. So he's got all stuff covered. Still really no activity in this game. Look at, 300 resources lost for the Zerg, 250 lost for the Terran. Not huge numbers at all. 10 minutes in now. And Taeja just calmly taking that third command center down below the space platform. A couple of Hellions just, doing border patrol duty, making sure the Zerg influence doesn't spread too far across the map. And it does look like, oh, is he going to get the kills? He will. So Vortix with a bit of a mistake there did not get the cancels off. And these creep tumors, out of 6, 7 of them, in fact, only 2 of them can spawn additional tumor branches. So that was a mistake right there by Vortix, but not a big one. Maps control still a big area in this game, a big, point of concern, as there's still Zerglings and Hellions looking to assert themselves on the map. But now it does look like Taeja is pushing out with a stronger army. Will he have enough to take out the Infestor Baneling army of Vortix? It really comes down to fungal growth. It does look like he's going to instead go for medevac drops, and that is going to be completely unknown to the Zerg because, of course, he has control over Xel'Naga in the middle of the map. But now the medevacs are going to be spotted. One medevac decides to pull away, so he's not going to go for an all-out drop. He will drop submarines. There you hear that the Terran player is supply blocked, heavily supply blocked, in fact, uncharacteristic of Taeja. 121 supply with 1,000 floating minerals right now. Really focusing on the micro, but then suffering in the macro. Gonna get that medevac out of harm's way. Meanwhile, it looks like the other medevac deposited her Marines outside and told them to run home. I guess these Marines are getting a little fat, so she told them to go on an exercise plan. And that's look like Taeja is gonna drop off Marines on the island. This is strange. There's nothing to kill here. Maybe he's just checking for a hatchery. Wow, this game is really kicking into high gear. The Zerg player now going up to a 4th base. The Terran player likely going to be hitting a 3rd base pretty soon, or 4th base himself pretty soon. I don't see a CC yet. It does look like we have a drop here. This is the drop that came from the island. Going to be able to cancel off a couple of huge structures there. I'm not sure what they were, just that they were big, and now the Marines are going to go down. It might have been the Spire. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't get a glimpse of it before the structures were killed off. But we do have an Ultralisk Cavern coming right now. So it might have been the Ultralisk Cavern, because it was a big structure, like I said. And Taeja just playing a very calm, collected game. Look at how he's taken the lead supply-wise. And that is phenomenal, considering that he was supply blocked and floating 1,000 minerals. That just shows, if he wasn't supply blocked earlier on, he's supply blocked right now, too. If he wasn't earlier on, he would just be in full-on beast mode, man. He would just be in beast mode. And What is going on here? A couple of infested Terrans trying to kill off this medevac. And no control from Taeja. He just lets it stick around. Almost like he was taunting Vortix there, because it was like flying it over the infestors. Taeja that confident right now. Wow. Wow, and now he's going to be sieging up in the middle of the map with his Marines. This is gonna be crazy. Those tanks are starting to leapfrog their way towards the Zerg player, but the Zerg has an ace card trick up his sleeve. He's got 6 Ultralisks on the way, and that can be an absolute game changer, especially on a map like this where you have the ability to flank around the back sides. I'm just showing you right now with my camera work. And so Vortix is just going to wait for his Ultras to come out. Got 7 Ultras on the way right now. His ground upgrades at 1-1, hoping to get 2-2 soon. Marines at 2-2 already. And now Taeja says he's going to pull back. He will not continue to establish dominance in the middle. I think in a way that's smart, because like before I said on Metropolis, it's very easy to be flanked by Zerg, and you have to, in your attacks, you have to be very careful. You know, you've got to be wary of your positioning on the map. Now the Zerg is going to take control of the middle, has a huge army of Ultras here. At 2-2 upgrades, they don't have chitinous splitting yet, it seems like, so the Ultras aren't going to be that strong against Marines. And now he's going to send everything in against the Marines and tanks. And look at the spreading here. Although Fungal Growth keeping the Marines from spreading, the Banelings will connect. And Vortix cleaving his way through the Terran army, still has troops remaining. Medevacs will get out of there scot-free like before, though. And now it looks like the Terran 4th base is under attack. There's something you don't see every day. 5 SCVs hiding inside the shelter. And that CC should lift off, which it will do. But all of a sudden, Vortix taking a commanding position in this game. He has another base coming up, although the base is being dropped right now. Taeja, aware of an extra hatchery, will go for it. And meanwhile, it looks like Vortix is going to shove everything down the throat of Taeja, going for the jugular right now. He's going in for the kill. Will he have enough to do so? He drops the fungal on the medevacs. Beautiful fungal growth right there, but not enough chain fungling, as his forces are spreading out all over the place. He needs to be careful of where he goes to attack, and it looks like he's going to raid a bunch of SCVs. Meanwhile, though, this drop going and killing off the hatchery at number 2 is now going to be able to kill off another hatchery, but both players are just doing devastating damage to each other. Several SCVs have gone down this game already, make it 48, and that clump of SCVs has got to be smoking their cigarettes so heavily right now, because they just had a very stressful moment in life. They almost got cleaved down by a huge horde of Ultralisks. And yeah, they're definitely puffing on the cigarettes right now. Heavily stressed out. We're now repairing the command center, which almost dropped, but I feel like Vortix took such a better advantage in that game, because you'll note he lost only 1 hatchery. He kept the 2nd hatchery alive, but more importantly, he didn't lose any drones at all, really. Look at his drone kills. The drone kills for the Terran player, only 2. He did not have any saturation at this hatchery. So cannot say the same thing for the Terran, because he lost a ton of SCVs, 48 in total, less than half the total workers that the Zerg player has. But one thing that Taeja's got going for him is he's got 4 bases. He didn't lose any command centers because Terran can lift off. So he can drop all these mules now to help recover extremely rapidly. The question is, will it be enough? Will it be in time? Taeja right now is on a full-on defensive posture. He's added Marauders into the mix as well, because he knows Marauders are absolutely critical to dealing with Ultralisks. We do have another drop here from Taeja, looking to take out this hatchery, and if he continues to keep this hatchery down, it doesn't matter if Vortix has a ton of drones. He can't mine anymore. Anywhere. And now it looks like Vortix is going to go in. Oh, what a fungal growth. He's also attacking on the northern route as well, and just coming in on all sides. Will there be enough Marauders and tanks to hold off this stampeding herd of Ultralisks? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Vortix could actually take this game. Unbelievable. He will take out Taeja. It looks like there's still a drop going on, though, from Taeja with the 3-2 Marines killing off a hatchery. But what about the Ultras? They're just running rampant inside the Terran base. You see SCVs just scrambling left and right, trying to stay alive. Meanwhile, this drop is cleaned up, but not before it kills off the 2nd hatchery. So I still don't know. I really don't know. It's 112 supply to 177. Obviously, the Zerg with a much greater supply lead. I mean, he's got Broodlord Ultralisk here. the only thing that Taeja's got going for him is he killed off 2 hatcheries, and of course that puts the Zerg on only 3 bases, and obviously that's not where Zerg wants to be. But then again, you look at his army, and it is just absolutely menacing, and with 7 Brood Lords in the mix as well, I don't see any Vikings for Taeja. Look at these Marines though. They are valiant, courageous ones, aren't they? Just canceled off that hatchery again, killing off a couple of drones, I believe, and now going to continue to annoy the Zerg player. So what Taeja's doing here is just buying time, trying to distract the Zerg player from this inevitable Broodlord Ultralist death push, but Vortix says no more. And the problem here is there's no Vikings. There is no Vikings here to help deal with the Broodlord, so I don't know how Taeja can hold this off. Oh, what a fungal. Fungals left and right. Taeja calls GG, and K3.Vortix, Lucifron's brother, takes the victory in a best-of-5 over Liquid.Taeja. Absolutely incredible series of games. 3 games were cheesed to the maximum, and the last game here was a great macro fest, which, you know, just showcasing all the skills of the players. We had a ton of action skirmishing at the end of the game, and at the end, the final word, the bottom line is Vortix is the winner. So there it is, guys, an incredible best-of-5 from the RSL. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course, this is your broadcaster HD. Feel free to check me out, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I will be doing more Heart of the Swarm casting as well as Wings of Liberty casting. Don't go anywhere, and stay safe. This is HD, and for the last time, I'm signing out.